Welcome everyone. So today we will dive into the fascinating world of network security using Kali Linux and Metasploitable. So I am that type of guy and let's get started. Network security is crucial in safeguarding our digital assets. So today we will explore three key aspects: firewalls, encryption, and virtual private networks, VPN.
Learn cybersecurity in no time.
So when it comes to securing your network, our first stop should be firewalls. So Kali Linux comes with powerful tools to access and enhance firewall security. So as you already see, my Kali Linux is already open. So let's just go ahead and explore how to protect against unauthorized access. So we'll use tools like Nmap, iptables to scan and configure firewalls. What you have to remember when it comes to network security, a well-configured firewall should be your first line of defense. So if you want to learn more about port number scanning, you can just check out our previous video about port scan. So today what we are going to do, we can just go to our Metasploitable right here, and then we can type sudo iptables at hell. So list the iptables. There we go. So if you want to learn more about iptables, we had a video about port scanning, etc. So now, if you were to just scan your system to look for open ports, for example, if you were to close port 80, if you don't want to receive requests from HTTP, you can actually do that. If you want to close remote desktop like 3389, if you want to close telnet, etc. We already discussed all this from our port scanning videos. So what we can do right now, we can actually try to just if I were to try to just close port 80, I could just type sudo and use the same IP tables -a and put port number TCP port 80 J and then accept. So if you want to accept request from that port 80, if you want to block a port, you can, instead of typing accept, you can just type drop. So this is it. And then if you want to learn more, as always, go to Wikipedia and about iptables. But you don't want to drop, you don't want to put drop, because otherwise if you have a website that can be an issue, because you wouldn't be able to accept HTTP requests from client or customers. And then the second thing that you'll need when it comes to security is about encryptions. Encryption in transit. The encryption in transit right now is TLS 1.2. So TLS has a multiple versions. They have 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, etc. But the highest that is more secure now is 1.2 or 1.3. Now, if you want to learn more, go back to our network protocols to learn more about all this. And then what we can do now to just demonstrate the encryption, we can actually open our Firefox. And then open Wireshark as well. Give me a second, let me open the terminal. I'm going to type sudo to do Wireshark. Cool. Alright, so this is gonna open Wireshark. In the meantime, let me just go ahead and put the Metasploitable IP address, because we are going to capture some stuff, some HTTP requests, to show you, like, how we're able to just read the data when it is not encrypted. Wireshark is open, so Metasploitable is open. I can just go ahead and just start capturing. Okay, this is capturing right now, and then I can just go back right here and log into this website. I'm going to enter my password. Alright, enter the password. And once I'm logging, I can just go ahead and just stop the capture. And what I'm going to search, let me search for, if we search for TLS, you're gonna see all the applications that go like over TLS, etc. But TLS is encryption, but if we search for let's see, HTTP, because I want to just see the get and post requests. So you can click on any post request, and if I drag down, you're gonna see the entire information, because when I hit enter on my Wireshark, so this is what went from my machine to the server. So you see we have a bunch of cookies, information, and logging information, and from here you can see that the username was admin and the password was password. The reason why I am able to see that is because if you go back over here, you see the data wasn't encrypted. That's why it's very important. For example, if you're going to a website, you see the data is not encrypted in transit, you shouldn't just visit that website or just put any personal information. Like, I shouldn't expect like a bank to have a website that is not encrypted for data in transit. Alright, so encryption is complete for in transit, but there's encryption at rest. For encryption at rest, we have symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Now, if you want to learn more, we already covered that already. So what we can do for encryption at rest, we can just encrypt file. For example, if I were to encrypt a file for my using symmetric or asymmetric encryption, so what I can do, I can just use OpenSSL, and then we can encrypt that file, and you put the size of the key. So I say admin encryption standard, AES, and then 256 CBC N -N. So for example, you can call it plain text .txt -out encrypted.txt. Like this is like if you were to just encrypt a file called plaintext.txt that has data into it, you can just output it as encrypted.txt. So now, if you want to learn more about SSL, because this is a very broad subject, that's why if you check out our previous videos about symmetric and asymmetric encryption, you're gonna see that video is 21 minutes, because this was a kind of little bit complex video. So if you want to learn more about it, that's what you need to do. So now for network security, as a recap, we have Firewall, so where you have to make sure that you scan your system to make sure that the ports that aren't needed should be closed. It's almost like your house. If you have a house and then you have about 20 windows, if you don't need a windows, you just close it. You know what I mean? You don't just leave it open and just go to vacation. It's the same. And then we cover encryption. I show you how, when the data is sent and unencrypted, how an attacker might be able to just read the data with a packet sniffer like Wireshark. And the third thing is, if you want to encrypt data, you can actually use OpenSSL. And then the last thing is VPN. When it comes to virtual private networks, I use OpenVPN for Windows, and I use VPN from Avast. But if you're curious, what you can do, you can actually let me see if we can just open the new page. There's a website called VPNBook. You can just so while the website is loading, what is a VPN? So a VPN is a virtual private network that establishes secure connection over the internet. So a VPN adding an extra layer of protection. So if you had if you want to give it a try, you can just come to VPNBook right here. Once this is loaded, you can just actually it's free VPN, as you can see from here. You can actually come down. Come down here. The page is still loading. You can actually come down here and click on OpenVPN, and you're gonna see a bunch of servers. You can actually go ahead and just download them, unzip them, and then go to your location, the location that you wanna save them into your Kali machine, and then type sudo whatever the location is. For example, you see you have server for California, server for Germany, France, and then once you just download it, they're gonna ask you for a username and password. You just put that username and password if you wanna use VPNBook to explore Kali Linux. So this is probably an assignment I gave you. If you guys can try it out to let me know how it goes. So when it comes to network security, we discuss firewalls, encryption, and VPN. So network security is very important, because this is what can protect you against unauthorized access. Encryption secure data in transit, and VPN provide a secure internet connection. So thank you for joining us on this network security journey. So continue to explore, learn, and stay vigilant in this ever evolving landscape of cybersecurity. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Until next time, stay secure.